Sup everyone, this is Draco Evolve back yet again with some latest Manchester United transfer news. Now, we got the latest on Jadon Sancho's potential transfer to Manchester United. We've got tidbits on Donny Van De Beek, Hannibal Mejbri, so let's jump straight in. Right, before we get started, if you are new to the channel, I bid you welcome. Thank you for dropping in. If you are feeling generous, hit the like button and stay subscribed to stay updated with the latest Manchester United transfer news, previews, match reviews, speculation, whatever you want to call it. You might be wondering, why is there a green screen in the background and there's nothing on the green screen? Well, I'm getting ready to stream in about an hour or two from this video being uploaded. And yeah, the green screen is part of the stream. My Twitch is in the description at the bottom below, so do go and check it out. But let's jump straight into Jadon Sancho's potential transfer news. There is nothing new to add, right? There's some bits and bobs that we can talk about. It might be of interest, but in regards to Jadon Sancho, Sky Sports has come up with this very good article, and I felt they need to kind of touch upon it and move around and show you guys some of the tweets that's been happening, what's been happening. As of right now, Jadon Sancho is in pre-season training with Borussia Dortmund. This is expected. You're a player of the club unless you go on a strike, which doesn't look good on the player himself. But that you go and attend the pre-season, which is nothing to worry about. Let me just turn down the buzzing because it will just yeah, so which is nothing to worry about, right? But in terms of Jadon Sancho's right now, Manchester United, this is the latest that's been happening right now. Manchester United have not given up trying to sign Jadon Sancho, despite the fact that they missed the Monday's August 10th deadline. Now that August 10th deadline has been confirmed to be an artificial deadline. It's not like a set in stone thing set up by both clubs or Dortmund officially through official routes. It's more artificial deadline, so it's nothing to worry about there. Sancho is obviously still Manchester United's #1 transfer target, and I do believe we do need a right winger likes Jadon Sancho at the club. However, there is no panic buttons to be pressed because the deadline for transfer window closes on October, right? Which is quite a long time away, but we'll come to that. We'll discuss that. They are frustrated at the way things have turned out so far, but it's still early days in the window. United have time on their side. Although United have been in contact with 2 agents Dortmund want them to deal with, they have made little progress so far. So the problem right now, according to a lot of the reports coming out, is Manchester United are frustrated with Dortmund's pace of negotiations. Dortmund are not dealing with United directly. They have hired 2 agents. One of the agents have dealt with the Ousmane Dembele transfer to talk to Manchester United on their behalf. Now that is, if that was me, that is kind of, I don't know, that is obviously frustrating, but kind of rude. Like, I'm trying to give you a lot of money, there's a lot of money involved, and here you are with the middleman not willing to talk to me properly and setting your demands, and that's it, right? So that is a bit of a frustrating factor, not to be able to deal with the club directly and having to deal with 2 agents. And obviously the fees are involved in terms of the transfer fee, but also now the agent fee now as well. So what Dortmund have said, right? So these are what Dortmund's Michael Zorc, who is the sporting director, I believe, at Dortmund. He came out and said a lot of things over yesterday, the last couple of days, saying that Jadon Sancho will not be leaving. But he said the same things before Ousmane Dembele has left. I mean, looking from inside, he's not going to come out and say, look, we're planning to sell him if the right offer comes in. He's not doing that. They're playing hardball. They have dealt with a lot of big transfers in the past. They're used to that. They know what they're doing. They know how to do the negotiating tactics in terms of getting the money out. Dortmund want about £100 million up front in the latest reports that's coming out. I don't know how much of truth there is in that, but United are not willing to go that much above. So let me just go through some of the tweets that Fabrizio Romano, who's credible by the way, for those of you who do not know, has said in regards to Zorc's comments, right? So he started off by saying, Sancho situation after Zorc words. Manchester United find it unusual that Dortmund insists they work through an agent, not through them directly. This has always been a problem of the negotiations. Manchester United are also frustrated at the pace of the discussion, as I said just earlier. Continuing on to the situation, Sancho's situation, Borussia Dortmund made it very clear by their side they're asking 120 million euros without add-ons, or Jadon Sancho will not leave this summer. BVB are convinced he can stay one more year, as Zorc said today. This is what Dortmund director said directly. We plan with Jadon Sancho. He will play with us next season. I think that answers all the questions. Simple. Jadon Sancho has not signed a new contract with BVB. We already have extended his contract 1 year ago until June 2023. Now, there are reports coming out that he signed a new contract and everyone's put in a bit of a panic mode. But they just simply extended a year on his contract to match what his performance was like, which was fantastic. So they gave him a bit of money and added a bit of, a contract, sort of a little 1 year contract extension. So it's not a new contract, long term, whatever, right? Christian Falk is another credible journalist. He has retweeted this from the United report. The same agent who was involved in Ousmane Dembele deal to Barcelona is involved in the Jadon Sancho to MUFC deal now. United stand. Christian has tweeted this. Christian Falk has retweeted as well. In terms of summary from the podcast, Sancho may have to push for the move. Deal not dead. United and Dortmund still in talks. United have previously made very low offers. Quite interesting that the word very low offers. Now, what does that mean? We do not know. Does it mean United have actually made low offers, or is the fact that United have made a structural role, or a low offer? Like, we're willing to give you £120 million, but I'm going to give you £50 million up front and 20, 30, whatever over the years. We do not know the details around that. The deal is not dead, according to credible sources now. United and Dortmund are in talks, but the pace of the talks are frustrating United, and agents being involved as sort of like an intermediary, and Dortmund are not willing to discuss with United directly has been frustrating for them. Also, Jadon Sancho has gone back to Dortmund in the preseason. There's some pictures around him, but there's no alarms to be said about it at all, because it's the norm. You expect your own player who are under or contract, the employers who is under contract, to be able to attend their work. So he's there. Players have come out in solidarity to Jadon Sancho, saying that they are happy for him to stay. Obviously, this is dealt by the Dortmund, media hype behind them, getting the players out, making it tough for United, making United panic and making them pay out. So that's the latest on Jadon Sancho. I know we got a lot to cover, a lot have been said. There's a reason why I didn't upload a video the last couple of days, because I thought, let me just gather up all the info in one rather than doing every video like some channels every day, every video with the same story with just an extra bit of thing added in. But that's the latest on Jadon Sancho. It'll be nice for Jadon Sancho to come out and say, I'm not happy, or I'm considering a prospect of moving to Manchester. But that's not going to happen, we know that. Let me get a bit of a drink. It's a bit hot in the UK today. There we go. So, next bit of news. Manchester United ponder a move for Lille centre-back Gabriel, claims the London Evening Standard. Despite Chris Smalling's return from... Sorry, excuse me. Not coronavirus. Sorry. United are weighing up their defensive options for the new campaign in the bid to find the perfect centre-back partner for Harry Maguire. Victor Lindelof has been United's preferred choice this season, but Solskjaer is concerned by the lack of pace at the back. Agreed. Solskjaer was also hoping to blood Tuanzebe in the first team picture this season, but the youngster has been endured a nightmare with injuries and currently sidelined until next month. United have been regularly linked with a move for Napoli's Koulibaly, but appear to have moved on from the 29-year-old. So that's the latest on Gabriel. There, as you can see, the stats. I haven't seen Gabriel play, but the stats, can write a lot of things. But he's a good prospect. These are centre backs with the best tackle success rate in Europe's top 5 leagues. Gabriel is second, which is a no small feat. He's a left-footed defender. Look, Eric Bailly, for me, he can be a star. He's got everything. He ticks a lot of the boxes to complement Harry Maguire with the pace, power, bringing the ball out. Bringing the ball out is a bit okay, but it's all decent, right? But what he has a lot, which I hope he can kind of get away from it now, is injury problems, right? You know, he's been consistently injured. It's not as if he's been injured once or twice, big injuries, you know, over the last 4 or 5 years he's been at the club. But he's been consistently injured throughout the season, more than once, not just two, sometimes even a third time, and some of them have been big injuries. So having a reliance on that, it puts a big risk to our centre back options, right? Because that leaves with just Lindelof and Maguire as a cover, with Bailly being constantly injured. Obviously, I hope that he doesn't get injured. If he doesn't get injured, we still need another centre back. You know, it's always nice to have 4 different options, because Smalling looks like he's gonna stay at Inter Milan or sorry, Roma. Phil Jones is out of favour. You know, we don't know where he is, and obviously Bailly is not 100%. You know, we can't just go off one game and think, you know, oh god, you know, he's the next, you know, Maldini is gonna be this. No. We gotta see how he is consistency wise in terms of his fitness. Remember the keywords: consistency in terms of his fitness, not in terms of his ability. His ability is good. We've seen good stuff from him, but consistency in terms of fitness. So that only leaves with, you know, obviously Marcus Rojo potentially going. You know, that only leaves with 3 centre backs positions, and one of them is officially injury prone. You know, hopefully that it's not the case. So we do need a centre back, and you know, I haven't seen Gabriel play. To be frank, I have not seen him play. I read things about him, I've seen stats about him, he looks good, so, you know, having another reliable defender come in will be good. He's left-footed as well, I hear, so that's fair play, you know. You won't have to kind of break an arm and a leg to sign this player. But that's the latest on Gabriel. Next up is our youngster Hannibal Mejbri. For those of you who know me, I love that kid. He's a fantastic talent. He is going to be a first team for the future, you know. United signed him from Monaco from the youth academy last year. It costed a £9 million because of the contractual thing. He's only 17 years of age. So the youngster's contribution helped the United under 23s win promotion to the Premier League 2 after he provided 3 assists in just 5 appearances. So he has moved up to under 23s from under 18s, because he's just been amazing for us in the youth level. The young Frenchman has been tipped to develop into one of the best creative midfielders in the world football after fans are liking his playing style to compatriot Paul Pogba. So they are looking at a loan move for him. So this is what Neil Wood has had to say. I think what you need to remember is Hannibal is still a young lad. He's 17. He's not been long here really. He's probably coming up to almost the first complete season, if that. So I think he's a young player with a potential. He's one of the young players we have got with potential, but there is still a lot of development and learning which needs to be put into him. We still need to get him in on a higher level to get him to go and train with the first team. So there is no rush to start pushing him in that first team environment right now. I think the challenge is going to be enough for him at the under 23s right now, and we are going to push him and try to move him up as quickly as we can, but at the same time we won't rush him if he's not ready to do that. So like United are obviously protecting the young kid, you know, potential loan move away to get some first team experience, but at the moment they want to kind of, he's got a lot of things to learn at the under 23s, so keep him at that, but do it at a good pace, not to burn him out, etc. He's going to be a talent, guys, growing up. I hope United don't mess him up like how Pogba was. You know, he just went off at a young age and came back. We bought him back from donkey's money. I just hope that we give these kids enough chance across the season, whether it's loan move or big part games. You know, you got James Garner, Mejbri being one of them. Tai Chong is another one, so it'll be nice to see them kind of appear, cameo appearances here and there, or at least be in the match squad here and there. Not every game, but you know, here and there, it will do good for them. So that's the latest on Hannibal Mejbri. Ooh. Last bit of news is Manchester United are claiming that not claiming a cheaper alternative to Jack Grealish. They claim Ajax midfielder Donny Van De Beek will be a cheaper alternative, having been watched by the club's scouts in the past. Meanwhile, former United midfielder defender Phil Neville thinks Bruno Fernandes' impact since arriving in England in January means Solskjaer can focus his funds elsewhere in the summer, which is a good thing. You know, Jack Grealish is great, he's a good player, but he's going to cost a lot, and according to reports, they are shifting their interest away from the Villa captain Jack Grealish, who has been linked heavily linked to Old Trafford. But the latest around is Donny Van De Beek as a potential not replacement, alternative, and I do believe that Donny Van De Beek is a better player than Jack Grealish. Jack Grealish just gonna have this premium above him, you know. He's got his talents, but Donny Van De Beek, right? He's young. He's a good player. You can see by his stats: 37 games, 10 goals, 11 assists. He plays at a high level as well. You know, Ajax are a good team. They play in the Champions League as well. So he's done it in the high level. He's got a lot of experience for a 23-year-old, and he will certainly cost much less than what Jack Grealish will cost. Now, whether Ole Gunnar Solskjaer trusts his European scouts, I do not know. We do not know. So far, it does seem he doesn't, because all the players that he's signed has been from Britain, like British, right? Except for Bruno Fernandes. But Bruno Fernandes is just a giveaway. Like, you sign him, just like Jadon Sancho. That you don't need scouts. You just sign them, right? But in terms of players like Donny Van De Beek, yes, we need another midfielder for depth-wise and quality as well. A lot of games to be played. Someone like Donny Van De Beek will be good. Someone like Jack Grealish will be good, based on fee, right? I don't want United to be spending 60-80 million pound on Jack Grealish, which is being touted around, when we can spend the same amount and get two quality players for almost similar amount, right? And that will kind of deal with the depth problem that we have, especially in the midfield area. Because yes, Fred and McTominay are good, but we need a creative midfield player to kind of be in hand to support Bruno Fernandes and Paul Pogba, because there will be times where they will be injured, they will need a rest, they will be in no form. So you need players coming in and stepping in. Andres Pereira, nah, Juan Mata has done great the other night, but he's losing his legs. He can't do it in the Premier League, right? And then that's it. Who else do we have in terms of central midfield options, creative department options? Nobody else. So I hope we do sign another central midfielder. I just hope that we don't drag it along. But anyways, guys, get involved in the comments below. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Before we end the video, I am gonna obviously go through the comment section. I kept it different right, different to this video. Like, I wanted to keep it towards the end, but let's pick a comment. This is in terms of the Jadon Sancho transfer latest I've done a few days ago. Bleach Guy, I'll pick up a comment from you. I'm not reading too much into it. Family could be in England. Main reason chance could be in England. Friends too, and don't know how long left on it. So that I can see why people think that. Thank you, Bleach Guy, for the comment. And that's the regards to him being in England over the weekend. And there was speculation like, oh my God, he's negotiating with the United and blah blah blah. He does have a family in England, so he could be the fact that before he jets off to pre-season and into the new season, might spend a few days with the family and friends and have a bit of party. He's a young lad, why not? So, but anyway, thanks for the comments there, Glitch Guy. As always, guys, catch me on Twitch. The link is in the comment section, pinned comment section below. Let me know your thoughts on the video. Get involved to have a potential to, for me to read out. I love it. I reply to everything. And as always, catch you guys in the next upload and stay butterfly.